Hey everyone, it's Lori, and I'm here today with a little bit of a book haul. This one's a little bit random, some new books, some used books, some books that were sent to me for review, so I'll just go ahead and get started. The first group I'm going to go through is classics. Now, these are for Eva and Charlotte. They're going to be studying British literature next year, so I have a book list, and I've just been kind of trying to collect the books as we go along that I didn't already have on my shelves. I'm not so sure how many I still have left to find, but hopefully I'll have them in the next month or two. So the first one is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I got this one used, I believe off Paperback Swap, and I just couldn't say no to this really pretty edition. Some of these books, they had specific editions they wanted the kids to have, and some of them didn't, and I do not remember, but very pretty. I like the purple edges. So this one is one we're going to read. I have not read it yet, so I'm going to have to read it. Actually, I think that's the case for pretty much all of the classics I'm about to show you. I need to get on these pretty soon, or at least read them with the girls. So, Wuthering Heights. We also, of course, have Pride and Prejudice. This is another book I got used. I am thinking also Paperback Swap, but sometimes it's hard to keep track of where I get books. And obviously, this is a tie-in with the BBC Pride and Prejudice miniseries, I believe it was. I have seen that. I have never read Pride and Prejudice that I'm aware of. I think I went over this in a recent video. If I had to read it in school, I don't remember anything. So I should get on this as well, or at least listen to the audiobook that I'm supposed to listen to of this. We also have To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. Somebody got this at Half Price Books, but I think this might have been another Paperback Swap. I'm not really sure. I know very little about this, but I do like that it's kind of nice and short. That will intimidate Eva in particular less than the bigger books. So this is another one they'll be reading. And the last classic that I picked up for the British literature is Beowulf. Now this one came to me water damaged, so I'm trying to decide whether I should toss this one out and go get a new copy, because I don't know if you can tell how not very good condition that is. So I was not very happy with the condition of this book, but this was a particular translation that they asked for, and it is quite shiny, so that's nice. But yeah. So Beowulf, another one I probably should get to. Next up, I have two books that were sent to me by the author. These are middle grade novels, and it's a series, so she sent books 1 and 2. And I was just approached on Goodreads, and I'm receiving these books in exchange for a review on Goodreads. So that's what that is. So we've got The Crowns of Croswald. And it has a 16-year-old girl who has been hidden away, and then she crosses into a place and her powers awaken. So she ends up at a school where students try to manage their magical blood and control these gems. So we'll just see what this, it just sounded kind of, we like fantasy, and with 3 of us that like reading middle grade fantasy in the house, it just seemed like a good series to try out. So that's book 1. And then book 2 is The Girl with the Whispering Shadow. So I don't know anything more about this besides it's still following the same girl, Ivy, and it's the second book. And they were nice enough to send these to me so that I could review them for Goodreads. So I need to get on these pretty soon. And the final 3 books that I have here in this little book haul all are books that I needed for my Read Your Way to Heaven year 2. I just finished the last book I had on hand, and so once I start to get low on them, I usually put in an order. I got 2 of these used. I'm not sure. I think I got them at Abe Books it's hard to remember a particular book site. And then one of them I got new at Amazon because the used price was only $2 less than the new price. And sometimes when you buy used books, you just don't know quite what condition they'll be in, and those $2 less copies said there might be writing and highlighting and that sort of stuff. So I decided to go with a new copy. So the new one is The End of the Modern World by Romano Guardini. And I was supposed to start this already, hence the bookmark sticking out, but I haven't actually started it yet. So we shall see. Sometimes these get to be rather deep and philosophical for me, and I'm not great with philosophy, but I try. So that's the next one I'm going to get to. And then I'm not sure which order the other two come in the reading list. So I'm just going to go with the one that showed up first and the one that showed up after that. The next one that showed up was How the Reformation Happened by Hilaire Belloc. I have read some Belloc before. It's been okay. You know, it's a little bit of older language sometimes. And it looks like this one was pretty well marked up. So I dislike having to... yeah, here's just an example. You know, they can't list everything on used book listings, but I tend to go for very good condition, and I don't know if I'd call this very good condition. I know it did say there might be some writing in it, but that's a lot of marking. So hopefully it's good markings and it will help me rather than just irritating me. So we shall see. And then the final book, the one that just came in the mail today, that made me say I might as well film the book haul, is Triumph, The Power and the Glory of the Catholic Church by H.W. Crocker III. My husband took a look at this and saw a blurb by Sean Hannity and was rather unimpressed because he doesn't think a whole lot of Sean Hannity, apparently. I have no opinion one way or the other. I could care less. But it's also blurbed by William F. Buckley Jr. and Robert D. Novak, which he said were at least better people to blurb it. But this one's more like the history of the church, so I'm really looking forward to this one because I am a lot better with history than I am with theology and philosophy. So hopefully this is a good one. It's nice and thick, so it'll take me quite a while to get through. But yeah, those are the 3 books that I needed for my Read Your Way to Heaven list for year 2. So that is my small little book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll have another book haul next month after I go to a homeschool conference up in the city, because I'll buy some books there between the vendors and the used book portion of the conference. And there's also Barnes and Noble, which is always fun to go like just browse, and several thrift stores that usually have pretty good book selections. So I probably will come home with that, and I'm hoping to come home with 3 IKEA bookshelves as well if I can make that happen, because it's near the only IKEA in the state of Colorado. So we'll see what happens there. I hope you enjoyed this haul. If you like book hauls, give this video a like so I know that I should make more. If you would like to subscribe and not miss a video, feel free. And hopefully sometime soon my girls will be a little less busy for a day or two and we can film something with the 3 of us. They've just been running all over town ever since school ended, from one activity to another. So they're having a lot of fun doing lots of stuff, but it has been a little while since they've been on the channel. So hopefully we'll have a video with them soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.